Hello guys, welcome back to Scholarship Forum. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Please subscribe, please do not forget to subscribe. I beg you, please subscribe. I will be so much happy, to see you subscribe, and that will encourage me to prepare more videos in the future. It's not easy to provide videos sometimes. Make research, look for opportunities, and post it on your platform for people to benefit from, or to build their career or future. So please, I really plead at you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So we will begin. As you can see here, I am currently in the World Learning Education website, which is owned by the United States or under the United States government, under the Education State Department. So we will talk about a Global Undergraduate Exchange Program. So this is an exchange program for undergraduate students who are about to finish their studies. So this is a program whereas you will be admitted to one of the universities which are a partner to this special program. So as you can see, these are the list of countries which are eligible, starting from Albania to Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe and Albania and Algeria, as the list goes on. So all these countries you are seeing here, they are eligible. And also, if you're within these countries or from one of these countries, if you're from the Maldives, Mauritania, Moldova, etc., and as an undergraduate student, so you are eligible to apply for this program. So here, these are the goals, or this is the program goals. So as you can see, it's to provide a fulfilling exchange experience to drive academic, cross-cultural, and leadership competencies for students from global undergraduate countries. So take note of that. If your country is not among the list, so it means it's not eligible. Like my country, I am from Gambia, so obviously you're gonna see Gambia here, so that means Gambia is not eligible for this program. So be cautious of that. You can apply, at the end of the day you're not eligible, it's a wasting. But if you're from one of these countries listed here, so that means you're automatically qualified if you are an undergraduate. So take note of that. So take note of that. So they have to check this thing, and they scrutinize applications very well, because this is a fully funded program, funded by the US State Department. So and this is the application, as you can see. So I will come to this, and I will show you what to do. Application opens November 1st, 2022. So as we are talking right now, it is opening Eastern time, and the deadline is December 15th. So that's like almost 29 days, if my memory serves me well. That's almost 29 days for it to close. So take note of that. This is the 2023 Global Host Institution. So like this is for students, this is for institutions. So if you are a student, so this applies to you. If it is an institution, that's where it applies to. So take note of that. So I'm just gonna click on prospective student application. So I clicked it, so it's like it takes me to another portion. So here, I was doing this application prior to I record this video. So it's like I just have to go back. I'm gonna sign out. When I sign out here, as you can see, I use this my YouTube email account. That's what I use to create an account here, just for a guide or a tutorial. So but if you haven't have any application or any account in this website, like this is the portal here, but prior to clicking here, you have to come here, or you visit visit the US Embassy website in your home country. They offer this program for especially people from Pakistan, people from Malawi, and the list goes on, Moldova. The moment you click it, you will see one of these programs. This is an opportunity for students who are within these countries, so take note of that. Then we just have to go back here. As you can see, this is the web portal. So if you don't have an account, I advise you to just click need an account, sign up, use your email, the email you use every now and then, sign up, then therefore you follow instructions. So since I already have an account here, so it's not necessary for me to use another email in order to avoid junk data. So I will just click on logged in. When I click on logged in normal circumstance, is to take me to another person, and that's where we are right now, as you can see. So here you have two stops here, 2020 application and 2021. So the reason why they provide this, if you were an applicant or a previous applicant who submitted and you are not successful, you can still use your application. They retain your data for you to upload that, regenerate it, make some edit, then you submit it without wasting much time. But if you don't have one of those, so I advise you to click on this. Yeah, so as you can see, this was just created a while ago, not a while ago, sorry. So yeah, you see this button here, it says profile complete. But if you still have some errors, just click on that. Yeah, that's what I did here. So I just have to save changes and go back. That's the profile. If the profile is complete and you're kind of having worry, you can still check on edit and you're good to go. So let's click on this, since we don't have any previous application. If you click on this thing, you will see some information. The newest steps will always be the first ones listed. Your previous steps will be below the newest steps. This will be in a read-only format. When you have completed every section of the submission button will turn green. So you see now, if the submission button is active like this color, green, like this, it means your application is done. So as you can see right now, you see, please submit all documents, or please complete all steps before submitting this page. In fact, we cannot submit. As you can see that cross, that stop not submit, because our application is still in progress. And these are the days remaining, 29 days. And I'm sure if you're so much vibrant, you can able to have your documents ready before these days elapse. I advise you to take the best use of this. It's a very good program. You can learn a lot, and especially you can integrate yourself in US culture. So yeah, let's click on open. When we click on open, it will take us somewhere else. So as you can see, whatever you do here, I'm sorry, I was scrolling too fast. So if you're from Ukraine, you have a special program or a special package here, exchange in STEM. So this is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So take note, if you're within this field or from this field, an entrepreneurship program, you can apply. But if it doesn't apply you, or it doesn't apply to you, please, I advise you to just click on undergraduate. In fact, this was the main purpose of our video. This was the main purpose. But since there's another package included, and I don't know who might watch my video, so I advise you to choose this if this thing doesn't apply to you. So take note of that. And also, if you're a US citizen, you're not eligible. So take note of that. So choose as the way you. Yeah. So here, as you can see, please check the website of your US Embassy or Fulbright Commission for further eligibility requirements for your country. So you can check the US Embassy website, let's say in Malawi and all those stuff. If it is in, let's say in Singapore, their domain is usembassy.gov. That's how they do things. If it is Algeria, I don't know their domain, but if it is, let's say, if it is Singapore, something like SP, something like that. So take note of that. So you check their website in your home country, then you will know the eligibility very well. And if we have enough time, I will show you just a sneak peek of the eligibility in one of these countries. Are you an aspirant leader with citizenship in one of the following countries? If you say no, obviously you're not eligible for this program. So take note of that. In my case, personally, I am not eligible, but for video purpose, I just say yes. Will you be 18 years old by August 1st? If you will be less than 18 years old by August 1st, 2023, then you are not qualified. If you will be 18 years old by August 1st. Yes, if you will not be, then you are not qualified. So take note of that. Are you a full-time undergraduate student in your country of citizenships? If you're a student who studied on full-time basis, and I know most of us are full-time students, so you don't go to work, all the student strokes and other stuff. So if you're a full-time student, then yeah. On the other hand, you can be a full-time student and be working, but it depends on how flexible your education systems are. So take note of that. Will you have at least one semester of university remaining after May 2024? Check your semester and check the duration of each semester. So you have to know that as an academic. If you know it very well, if it is yes or no, check. But I advise you the response should be positive, because all these things should be positive. If it is negative, it might affect your application. So yeah. Can you communicate in English? Yes, if you can, you have to say yes. If no, then it can be difficult for you too. So yeah. Are you committed to serve in your community? This is a community service, whereas you help people do some stuff, without payment and other stuff, like literally a voluntary service. It's very important. So if you say yes, make sure have those documents to defend yourself, because at the end of the day or during your interview, you might be asked to render those documents. Thank you for completing the eligibility check. You are qualified to apply. So you say, if I were to do or say otherwise, then they will say I'm not eligible. So it says please continue to the main application. So now systems are built in such a way that it can even determine your eligibility if you're honest enough. If you're not honest enough and say this and that, at the end of the day, when they're doing their checkup are done by human beings, not robots or whatsoever. So if they notice that all the information you provided is inaccurate or is kind of falsified, then obviously your application will be declined, so which is going to be a waste of time for you. So I advise you to fill the form as the way it applies to you personally. Yeah. Here is like an acknowledgement, so you have to accept this no matter what, is by force. So take note. Applicant's first name, make sure your name should reflect on the thing you have on your passport or the government document. Most probably passport, yeah, because that's where they will stamp your visa if you're lucky. Applicant last name, so last name is always a family name and first name is always a given name, so take note of that. Your surname is your last name, literally. Yeah, so always take note. Again, the passport. What is your biological gender? If you're a male, just say male. Please indicate the gender in which you identify. So if you're a male or female, you're a male. So this is the date of birth. You can choose here. Take note of that. It says 18 by August 1st, 2023. So be careful of your age. So in which city and country were you born? You can write the country, in your city and your country. Take note. This is the city or country that issue your birth certificate or documentation. List both your country and city. If you are from, let's say, let's give an example. So let's say Malawi, then we can just say, I think they have one of these cities. I think it's something like Lilongwe or another stuff. So something like that. So it's like this. So you name your city, like city and country. So, or better still, you can do this like this. Guys, take note. This should be the place you were given, you were birth, and this thing should be the country where you were born and this place as well. So take note of in which city and country do you currently live. If you live in a place where you are not born, please provide. What is your citizenship? So you see here, this field is not required. Let me just say X or C. So do you see, if you're from one of these countries, let me just say Azerbaijan, you can please indicate if you're a dual citizen. I do not have a dual citizenship. If you have, you can provide. If you don't, yes. Everybody have the right to, for not to be a citizen of any country he or she want to be. So that's very normal. Have you ever been arrested or convicted of a crime? advise you to say no if you, so take note of that. Even if you were, so I advise you to say no, because these people don't want to take criminals. So it's a lengthy application, it needs concentration, it needs time, and you have to take your time. Full address of your university, what is the name of the university you're enrolled to, you can name the university, the address of the university, your field, example English, biology, etc. This is your GPA according to the system used at the institute at which you studied. If you're having GPA, let's say 3, 4 or 5, you can do this. You can do 5 out of 5. This is a scale. This is a scale. Like let's say 4.0 or 4.5 or let's say 5, 6 for example. So if you have, let's say, a scale of GPA scale 5 and other stuff you can do, but US have a GPA scale of 4.0. They will evaluate what is your current year of your study. If you're, almost in 3 years, you can just subtract from 2023, then you will know. So take note of that. You see, please enter 1 if you are in the second year, you see, 2 if you are in the second, so you can just say 2. So or if you're in the third year, 3. So what is the month year that began your current studies? So you can write that, check your admission letter if you need that. Do you expect to graduate from your current university before the year end 2024? If it applies to, you can do. So you see, which semester would you like to participate in the program? So take note of that. Fall is August and December, spring is January and May. So if you want to do this, you can take this because it's a rolling application for these 2 slots. I always advise people to check fall. Fall is always a very good time to do your stuff here. So for example, then are you currently enrolled elsewhere? If no, you can just say no. Do you have experience or have previously attended other university? If yes, you can provide. If no, you don't need to. Have you ever been dismissed? That one is a crazy stuff. So if you have never been dismissed, then you just have to say no. Within your field, indicate which course you would like to study in the United States. So check very well. And also it says within your field, check. This is very important. You see, this will be used to determine your university placement if you're selected as a finalist. So take note. Don't enter, let's say you're studying commerce, you go and enter something which is different from your field of studies. Obviously that doesn't make sense. Out of your field, what other subject would you like to study in? This is the most important thing. Prior to this, they will consider this first. So take note of that. Outside your field, if you want to have, let's say, skills in programming or cyber security, you can just, it's normal. It's very normal, but it's not something that is mandatory here. It's required, but this is more important than this one. So take note. Have you ever studied in the United States? Obviously, you said you are not a US citizen or you have never been to the States. So have you previously participated? If you do, indicate. If yes, please provide details. So you see, how did you hear about this? That one is normal. You can just say US Embassy website. That's fine. Then it goes like that. Rate your application. So here, the rating here, you can just, there are different ratings. You have, you can have good, very good, excellent, and poor, something like that. You can just rate it like that, if I can remember very well. So you see, you are not required to take an English examination in order to apply. So you see, please note, you are not required to take an IELTS. So you see, it's a nice application. So have you taken the IELTS? Rate your English proficiency. For my case here, I can read. So you see, like I said to you before, excellent. I rate your English or your spoken level of spoken. How many years have you studied English? My most probably say around 18 years, I can say. So you can just tell us about your interests, hobbies. These are important. So it goes like this. You describe your commitment to your community. What do you want to do for your community if you enroll to this program? And after completion, please list any scholarship awards that you have received. You can explain. If you receive and you are no more having it, you can explain. That is good. In fact, it adds values to your applications. So this is the essay 1. Here, essay 1, you can say character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. So you see, so you have to explain this thing in detail. You see here, if your actions inspired others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Everyone's approach to leadership is different. How would you describe your personal leadership style? What values do you consider the most important when leading others? So yes, do that. How do you inspire and influence others to get behind your vision? So as a team leader or as a leader, you have to be, emulated by people in a good thing. So explain yourself. What are your traits? What are your capabilities to be a good leader, and what can you do for people to follow at your back? So yeah, which is a question would you like to answer? Read these two. If you can do one better, this one I mean 3, then you can go for it. If you can do this thing better, then you can go for this and choose. You can just tick and you're good to go. So that's how it goes here. Here is the letter of recommendation section. So below they give you a link. This is a link where you can able to access the letter. It's in a PDF, so give it to your recommender, then he or she will fill it out and you will upload it here. But make sure the stamp of that very university is needed for authenticity and for verification. Photocopy of a passport. If you do not have a passport, you may upload a copy of a government ID issued, like a national identity card, but I advise you to have a passport. That will be more better. So yeah, if you have any portfolio of academics, you can do. If you are a student of an art, architecture, etc., and would like to include samples of your work, you can do so. You can just upload it here. It also helps. So, but it is optional. It's not, mandatory. Yeah. So this was the video I have for you today. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.